Aruba day trip. I arrived in Oranjestad, the cruise port in Aruba, by way of a Windstar cruise ship. Rather than pre-booking a tour, I decided to just go to the cruise terminal information desk and find a driver to take me around the island. I had done this at numerous other cruise ports and found it is often less expensive and more fulfilling. So I was surprised when I walked off the ship and the terminal was mostly empty. Fortunately, there was one taxi driver available, so I negotiated with him to take me and another solo traveler around the island. I had a list of places I wanted to see. However, the driver vetoed some of my destinations because you needed a Jeep to manage the bumpy dirt roads in those areas. We first took off for the Aloe Vera factory and museum. There was a free demonstration which started outside and showed us how they cut the product by hand. Fascinating process. Then we went inside to view the factory. Unfortunately, since it was Saturday, there was no one working. We could see the equipment and a video of the type of work that was done there. It would have been much more interesting if the factory was active. It was only about a 20-minute tour, which led back to a store which sold all things aloe vera. The prices were fairly expensive, so I didn't buy anything. I still found the quick trip worthwhile, just to see how aloe vera was processed. Next, we headed north to the California Lighthouse. I asked the driver if he could pull over on the way so I could see and take a picture of the beach. He pulled over at Boca, Catalina, which was pretty but a very rocky beach. We then drove to the lighthouse, which overlooks some low sand dunes. It is a pretty view from the hill where the lighthouse is perched. There is an Italian restaurant where I had enjoyed dinner on a previous trip. The restaurant certainly has some of the best views on the island. As for the lighthouse, you had to pay $5 to go up some very narrow winding stairs, so I vetoed the idea since the views from the hill were already very expansive. I could see much of the island and down to the ocean. On the way back from the lighthouse, our driver stopped at Arashi Beach, which is the northernmost beach. It really is a beautiful beach, but I would say it isn't quite as stunning as Eagle Beach, where I had stayed on my previous trip. More on that later. We then drove quite a distance to the natural bridge, which required driving on a long stretch of bumpy dirt road. The landscape was quite stunning. I walked all around the area, taking photos and enjoying the dramatic shoreline. The waves were continuously crashing over the rocks, and I managed to get sprayed a few times. I saw numerous Jeep Caravans that could continue along this bumpy road. On the way out, I had the driver pull over 2 more times to take pictures of the coast, including an area he called Big Mouth. As we exited, we also passed Fort, so we swung by there too. It is called the Bushiribana Gold Mill, although it was evidently just a rumor that they discovered gold there. I liked the way the fort was built right into the rocks. Our next stop was the Casibari Rock Formation. There are some beautiful boulders that form a hill, and you can climb to the top for views of the surrounding area. There are also paths around the rocks that have interesting trees, including the famous Divi Divi or Watapana tree, which is associated with Aruba since you often see it in photographs of the island. After the driver dropped us back off at the cruise port, I went off on my own into the downtown area of Oranjestad. I wandered down the coastal harbor where there are many shops and outdoor cafes with beautiful views. I even spotted a couple pelicans resting on the boats. So fun. I eventually looped inland to find a downtown area. I love the architecture in this district, with some very colorful buildings. Of course, there were many souvenir stands, but the town felt a little empty and quiet, I assume because it was Saturday. It was a very hot day in Aruba, and when I got back to the ship, I felt like I had 5 layers of sweat on me. However, the day felt very successful since I managed to see so many things during my one day in port. A few things to note. As I said previously, I had been to Aruba in 2008 and had joined a Jeep Caravan that took us along some beautiful coastline. Here are some images from that Jeep ride. I would highly recommend this as it was the highlight from my previous trip, and a taxi won't take you to those areas. Also, I stayed previously in a hotel on Eagle Beach, which has been described as the 3rd best beach in the world. I definitely thought it was nicer than Arashi and Catalina Beach. However, take note that the cruise ships bus people directly there, so even though these pictures show a smattering of people, you might want to consider how many ships are in port before you head there. For senior and solo travelers, you will be comfortable in Aruba. I think my choice of having a driver take us to various sites was a good one in that I was able to see many things in a short amount of time. However, it was a little more expensive than I anticipated since I could only negotiate with one taxi driver. As always, if you have questions, feel free to ask in the comments section, and if you have other advice for Aruba travelers, feel free to share. I will be posting numerous videos from this Caribbean and Panama Canal trip, so please subscribe if you'd like to follow this journey. And check out the Senior Solo Travel website and Facebook forum where you can interact with other travelers. I've left links in the description below. And if you'd like to follow my senior and solo travel journeys, please like and subscribe. Next stop, Cartagena, Colombia.